Check, check, check. Check your levels. Levels look good. Hello, welcome once again to Stuff and Things, where I like to talk about stuff and occasionally even things. I'm your good friend Bradley, and today is a very pleasant Sunday Stuff and Things. And I forgot to take out my AirPod. And on this pleasant Sunday Stuff and Things, we have many stuff and things to talk about, including lawnmowers, weed eaters, other forms of noise pollution that are going to make this video difficult to produce, but we are going to soldier on here because it is also Memorial Day, and we would like to express our gratitude to all the people who have served in the military, and I hope everyone has a very happy, pleasant Memorial Day. I think the lawnmower is going around the side of the building, so we will continue, including upcoming videos, things that you can look forward to on Stuff and Things and Stuff and Things Plays. We have kind of a, well, is it a momentous anniversary? It's an anniversary, let's just put it that way, for the main Stuff and Things channels. I'm going to be talking about that, talking a bit about the state of the channel and channels, some plans I have for the future, eliciting feedback from you, all sorts of good stuff. We'll have a little update on Captain Black Cherry as well. And then of course we will have your questions, comments, and feedback in hashtag askstuffandthings. So let's get into it. All right, gang, the lawnmower threat, I think, has slightly receded. So let's talk about upcoming videos, things that you can look forward to on Stuff and Things and Stuff and Things Plays. Finally, I know I've been teasing this for a while, but the first impressions video for Captain Black Cherry will be posting this Wednesday on Stuff and Things. And let me tell you, it's an interesting one. And let me also tell you, it has been not my favorite experience having to partake of this blend in the week since I recorded the first impressions video. We'll get into that a little bit more later. We will also have, not next week, but the week after, a big announcement video. I have a new thing that I want to discuss with you that I'm going to show you, and that's what the video is going to be about, not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after. So please stay tuned for that. It's a big thing. Well, big to me, and it's exciting for the channel, so stay tuned for that. We also have every Monday and Friday, no, we have Monday and Friday on Stuff and Things Plays, the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom series, and then every Wednesday and Saturday, the Elden Ring series is almost drawing to a close. We have just a few more episodes, I think, in that series, then we're gonna be continuing with Tears of the Kingdom for the foreseeable future, and then we're gonna throw some Minecraft in there as well. Let me just say, Tears of the Kingdom is an astonishingly good game. I was expecting it to be good. I loved Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom is the sequel to Breath of the Wild, but this is just orders of magnitude beyond anything I could have imagined. It is so good. So please check that series out. Like I said, it's posting every Monday and Friday on Stuff and Things Plays. Lots of good stuff, lots of exciting things coming up on Stuff and Things and Stuff and Things Plays. So, on May 26th, 2014, I posted the very first video on Stuff and Things. And it was a video comparing traditional slip joint knives. It was a Case, Trapper, and a Great Eastern Cutlery American Jack, a Northfield American Jack. That was the very first video I ever posted on this YouTube channel. Not the very first video I ever posted on YouTube, because I think I mentioned a few weeks ago, I had a short-lived Bradcraft, Minecraft channel on YouTube that kind of petered out. I think I did that maybe a year or two before I posted the first video on Stuff and Things. And we've been rolling along ever since. It's been 9 years. Now I know you should be doing 5s and 10s as far as big anniversaries, but for some reason YouTube just happened to send me an email saying, hey, happy anniversary. And I just thought it was a good opportunity to reflect on where we've been, where we're going, the state of the channels. So like I said, 9 years ago, I posted the very first video. That was in May 26th. The first few videos I posted were about knives, and it was, I don't know, maybe a month or two before I got to the pipe hobby. something that has become a rather large aspect of this channel, Stuff and Things. But from the very beginning, I wanted this channel to be eclectic. I wanted it to be about the things that I was interested in, and those things often change. I go through cycles where I might be super into one particular thing. I research it a lot. I read a lot about it. I get very invested in it. And then I might let that thing fall to the wayside. I might come back to it every once in a while. Then I go on to another thing and I suck all the marrow out of that subject. And that's what I wanted Stuff and Things to be about. And for the most part, most of you who are watching this channel right now and have continued to watch this channel for years and years, I think you're similar. You have lots of interests too. You like seeing an eclectic assortment of videos on the channel. It has been super rewarding to interact with so many of you who support the channels on Patreon, people who leave comments, just some of the nicest people I have ever interacted with. It has been tough sometimes, and I'm not gonna sit here and complain about how much work I have to do. I'll just say I have to do a lot of work, and sometimes I question whether or not it's worth it, because it is such a huge time investment and it hasn't blown up. It hasn't turned into this huge channel. I think I had a dream in the back of my mind when I first started the channel that maybe I could eventually turn this into something that would be my primary source of income. That has not happened, and that's fine, kind of. I mean, I still want to work towards that. I think that is something that I can make happen eventually, maybe. We shall see. The support that you guys show is a huge part of that as well, and I again, really thank you for that. But as far as like ad revenue on YouTube and stuff, things change, algorithms change. I was looking at those first videos, I was getting tens of thousands of views on those first few videos that I ever posted. Just a random dude who had never posted a video before, posted a video about a knife. And you know, I didn't get those views immediately, but within a year, I probably had 40, 50,000 views on that first video. And that's kind of how it was on YouTube back in the day. It was sort of the Wild West. I mean, we're talking 9 years ago. Things have changed. I think things have fragmented more. It seems like YouTube or Google is much more interested in showing people exactly what they think they want to see instead of exposing people to a wider range of different videos. It seems less possible to have one of your videos just kind of blow up out of nowhere unless it's something very memey and very zeitgeisty, something very much of the time. But I still want to maintain the vision that I had for this channel, which was trying not to be clickbaity. Sometimes I'm kind of clickbaity just because I think it's funny. Trying not to play to the lowest common denominator, not trying to chase trends or memes, just providing content that interests me. Because if I'm making videos about things that I'm not really interested in, I just don't think they would be very good videos. And I would certainly get bored of that after a while. And I think you guys would get bored from watching that. But I guess all this is just to say, it's been 9 years. I have had a really rewarding and interesting experience maintaining these channels. It's been a lot of work, but I'm looking forward to continuing on, and I am super thankful that you guys have been watching and you are continuing to watch. And I think, you know, right now we're at 47,385 subscribers on the main Stuff and Things channels. And I'm gonna put a call out to you right now. If you are not subscribed and you like watching this content, go ahead and subscribe. Do the like button thing, leave comments, all the things that can help the algorithm, because I want to continue to grow this channel. I want to continue to grow the community that we have built up around this channel. I'm horrible with social media. I hate social media, so I know that kind of handicaps me in a way. It's difficult for me to maybe drum up as much attention as the channel might have because I don't like posting on social media. I don't like managing multiple social media accounts. I just don't really enjoy that. And so in spite of that, we have grown to almost 50,000 subscribers over a 9-year period. But let's get to that 50,000. I want a goal, or I want to put forth a goal that by, I'd say September of this year, we hit 50,000 subscribers. That would be a fantastic milestone. And I'm thinking September because I remember when I first started the channel, back in May of 2014, I went to visit a friend in New York in September of 2014. And I think it was when I was in New York, or maybe either shortly before, while I was there, or right after I got back, we hit 1,000 subscribers. And that was a huge deal for me. And it happened, I guess, pretty quickly, relatively, compared to a lot of other YouTube channels. And so I think it would be fun if by this September we could hit 50,000. So subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you like this channel and like the content, share it. Share it on social media. Comment on videos, hit that like button. And I really appreciate all of you who have been doing those things. And let's keep growing this. Let's keep making it bigger. And like I said, next week I'm gonna have a pretty big announcement, some new things that I am pursuing as far as YouTube goes. I'm gonna do a video about it. I guess we'll do the announcement next Sunday, Stuff and Things. The video about it will be the Wednesday after that, because next Wednesday is Captain Black Cherry. Anyway, that's where we are after 9 whole years on YouTube. Oh, Stuff and Things Plays. I have been doing Stuff and Things Plays for a little over 6 years, and I don't know how to crack the code with gameplay videos on YouTube. There are people who I think make less interesting videos than me, who have tens and tens of thousands of subscribers, lots and lots of views. I keep plugging away with Stuff and Things Plays. It takes up a huge amount of my time, and I am weighing whether or not I can continue doing it, because it's really, if you look at the effort versus return, obviously it's not all about making money, but it's to the point now where I put so much time into it that I could be devoting to other things that might be more productive and might actually, you know, help advance this channel, help advance other things in my life. I don't know if I can continue to justify putting the time into Stuff and Things Plays that I am putting into Stuff and Things Plays. And that would be really sad. I really enjoy having that channel. I really enjoy sharing the games that I play with you guys who watch that channel. But I'm thinking about that. So maybe you guys can let me know in the comments too what you feel about that. I know a lot of the people who watch this content aren't the same people who watch Stuff and Things Plays, but a lot of you are. There is some crossover. So I don't know. We'll see. It would be depressing not to do that channel anymore, but I'm getting to the point, especially, you know, I just did the new series with Tears of the Kingdom, and it has, you know, less than half of the views that the Breath of the Wild series had, and that was years ago. So it's like we're not even really growing. We're not losing subscribers, but the rate that we're gaining subscribers is so minuscule that it's not even really noticeable. And as far as the view count goes, I get fewer views on my gameplay videos now than I used to, you know, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. So we're going in the wrong direction as far as Stuff and Things Plays. But I'll keep you posted on that. That's just something I wanted you to know, that that's been in my mind. I have seriously been considering giving that channel the axe. Anyway, we shall see. And very briefly, talking about suffering, talking about onerous tasks. No, we weren't talking about that. It's not an onerous task to have this channel. I love having this channel and interacting with you guys. But sometimes I have to do things that I don't really want to do. And this is one of those situations. I did the first impression video, and typically when I'm reviewing a blend, I try to have it every morning with my morning coffee before work. I've been trying to do that with Captain Black, and there was a couple days where I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe it was Stockholm Syndrome or something, but I was thinking, you know, maybe this isn't that bad. I can get into this. But that didn't last, and the more I have of this, the more I realize that I'm not going to suddenly just magically start liking Captain Black Cherry. There are a lot of things wrong with this blend. Obviously, we're going to be doing a full review soon, and I will try to hold some of these thoughts and not completely make up my mind until I do the full review. But gang, it has been a struggle having this every single day, and I have to admit that I have not had it every single day, because there are some days when I wake up in the morning and the thought of having a bowl of this is just not appealing. And I know I have to take one for the team. I know I have to do a full review. I know I have to give this the full treatment. I have to give it the benefit of the doubt. I can't treat it any differently than I treat any other blend, but I just wanted you to know it's been a struggle. All right, gang, but now it is time for hashtag #AskStuffandThings. Remember, if you have a question for me and you would like it answered on the Sunday Stuff and Things, tweet at SATBradley with the hashtag #AskStuffandThings. You can also send me questions via Patreon. If you are a Patreon supporter, you'll go right to the front of the line. You can hit that super thanks button under this video and go right to the front of the line, or you can leave comments, questions, and feedback under my YouTube videos in the comment section. We have some feedback from last week's Sunday Stuff and Things. This is from FS Mora. Careful with that Captain Black Cherry review. Better to rent a cheap apartment downtown for the review period and just leave everything there when you're done, including your clothes. Yeah. Next, from Briar Scholar. If you're S-ing the STG version, that's actually less topped and goopy than the previous Lane version made in America, which was basically black Cavendish with cough syrup poured over it. It's still awful. We tried to warn you, Bradley. And yeah, that was interesting, because I thought that Captain Black Cherry was just Cavendish. And then looking into this, the STG bought out Lane, I don't know how long ago it's been, and I thought that Lane was still producing it, but from what I can tell, it seems as though, like Briar Scholar said, that STG has taken over the production, and there is Virginia in this, there is Burley in this, there's also Black Cavendish, and there's also a whole heck of a lot of topping, but it might be less gloopy and less onerous than it was, at least in my opinion, other people may differ, than it was years ago. So that's interesting. Next, from Big Earn Bladesmith. Like I said, I like aromatics, even cherry. Cult Blood Red Moon is pretty okay. Yeah, a lot of people have mentioned that. That's one that I've always thought I should maybe try at some point. We shall see. When I had CB Cherry, it was not pleasant. The only CB blend I would begrudgingly S is the original. There is just this weird thing about that line. Thanks for the feedback, Big Earn. Next, from Michael Case. Try Cornell and Deal Crooner for Deer Tongue. It's a nice cube cup burley, I believe. Middleton Cherry was big with college guys in the 60s. Don't ask me how I know. Yeah, and I mentioned I was looking for suggestions for a blend that had deer tongue in it. A lot of people kept saying 1792 flake, but I've had that, and that has Tonquin bean. That's not deer tongue in there. But Crooner, and then I think Gentleman Collar by C&D was another one that people mentioned. So I might try one of those blends soon on the channel. Next, from One Noggin. I can't help but have a soft spot in my heart for CB Cherry. A great blend? Not by any stretch of the imagination. But I probably wouldn't enjoy pipe S-ing if it didn't exist. I moved on ages ago, but I can't bring myself to dismiss it either. And I think maybe that's the best thing I can say about it right now. I think it was kind of the gateway blend for a lot of people, and I think a lot of people did move on. Maybe. And some people still continue to have it all the time and enjoy it, but I think for a lot of people it kind of got them in the door. And that's nothing to sneeze at. Next, we have some feedback for the Adobe Photoshop Neural Filters Have a Long Way to Go video that I posted last week. Check that out if you haven't yet. It's pretty amusing. Basically me trying to use Adobe's neural filters to alter a picture that I have of myself, and it is frightening, the results that are achieved. This is from Yala Yolo, hardest I've laughed in a while. Thank you, Yala, that's hard to say. Yala Yolo. I agree, it was very funny. Next, from Rubber Ring. From now on, with any new video, I'll be checking your ears first, just to see what mood you're in. Oh no, he's got the angry ears again. And that was one of the weirdest, most striking things about these neural filters. You would have a slider that was supposed to change the expression on the face of the person that you were editing. And so I had a very blank expression on my face because I wanted it like blank and neutral. And I would go with the surprise slider. And instead of my face looking surprised, one of my ears would suddenly jut out. No idea why. And it kept happening very consistently. Very strange. Finally, from Megan. Megan says, this feature is most definitely still in its infancy stages. Almost all of the results are very uncanny valley. I feel like the reason the filters are affecting your ears so much is that because it's overcompensating for something else. Could you try a follow-up video with a passport-style photo with a neutral background? Maybe someone can volunteer their pet, or you can pull a stock photo and see how these features work on actual dogs or other pets. I'm still not completely on board with this AI stuff, but it's coming whether we want it to or not. Give the technology another 5, 10, or 15 years and it will be indistinguishable from reality, which is scary. Yeah, it is kind of a busy background, so maybe if I had a completely, neutral background, it would be different, but still, it would just, I don't know why it needs to change my ears at all. My ears don't change when I change my expression, but according to Adobe, if I am angry, my ears go like this. I don't know why. Like I said in the video, I'm not a dog, I'm not a beast, I'm a man, and my ears do not shift based on my expression. Anyway, thank you so much for all the feedback, gang. Please keep that coming in, but now it is time for the very best part of the show, and that is where we thank our Patreon supporters. If you would like to support the channels on Patreon, there is a link in the description box below, and it is much appreciated. It helps pay for the fancy camera that is filming this video, the lights that are shining upon me, products for review, and it really just helps to offset a lot of the time, the sweat, the blood that goes into this channel, and it's so much appreciated. And every week we shout out those who support the channels at $25 or more a month. People like Kirk Crompton, Glenn Dunnington, Jason Buckner, MDoftheNorth, David Gaudreau, Finn O'Hagan, and Ryan McFadin. And of course, the Maniacs, the crazy people who support the channels at $100 a month. People like Bob Magee. And we will never forget our dearly departed friend, Hall of Fame member, Peter Straub. Gang, thank you so much for watching. Again, I hope you all have a wonderful Memorial Day if you celebrate that where you are from. Please stay tuned for the first impressions video of Captain Black Cherry, and know that I am sacrificing for you guys so I can bring you this video. Stay tuned as well for the big announcement video that's going to be coming up the week after Captain Black Cherry. Please check out Stuff and Things Plays. Look at the Elden Ring series. Look at the Tears of the Kingdom series. So much good stuff. Hours and hours of entertainment on that channel, so please check it out. But until next time, until we meet again, I've been your good friend Bradley. You've been the audience. This has been Stuff and Things on a very pleasant Sunday Stuff and Things. I'll see you later.